So we're going to talk about simplifying expressions with negatives because negatives makes everything harder. So in this first one, we talked about in class, and this is what the notes say. It says circle the term outside the parentheses and the last term inside the parentheses, like I taught you in class. So you're going to circle this one and that one. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x plus negative 2 times positive 9. Oops, hold on one second. Is negative 18 or negative 2x minus 18. Same thing. Number 2, I'm going to circle the outside and I'm going to circle the inside. This is particularly important when you have minus and negatives. All right, on this first one, we had a plus sign, so you could bring down the plus. But since there's a minus sign, I wanted to show you. Negative 5 times 8 is negative 40. And then negative 5 times negative 6 is positive 30. Positive 30x when we are complete. Now, this next one, it's fishing backwards. I don't like to do it. So I'm going to move the negative 2 up here. Okay. And I'm going to circle the negative 2 and the minus 10. And I'm going to distribute. A negative times a negative is a positive 6x. Negative 2 times negative 10 is plus 20. The next one, let's see. I'm going to circle the negative 9 and the minus 8. And first I'm going to do is distribute. These terms aren't trapped in the parentheses, so I don't do anything with them yet. I'm going to just distribute to get the 2x and the minus 8 outside of the parentheses so I can combine them. So negative 9 times 2x is negative 18x. And then negative 9 times negative 8 is positive 72. And then I'm going to just add the 3x and the minus 5. So as we talked in class, these terms were trapped in the bag. We opened the bag by distributive property, and now we can combine the like terms, kind of like the Skittles. So negative 18x plus positive 3x is negative 15x. And then 72 minus 5 is 67. And we're done. Let's go to down a little bit. What if there is no number visible? Then you can add the number 1, because remember, you can multiply anything by 1 and you don't change the value. That's the identity property. Now, if there's no coefficient, this is the number in front of the x. Okay? So if I have 2x, 2 is called the coefficient. Okay? That number that you multiply x by. Okay? So then the value is 1. For instance, if you just have x, it's actually 1x. If you have negative x, it's actually negative 1x. So no matter what, we can always add a 1. And it helps us see the distributive property better. So on the first one here, if we put a 1 there, now can we distribute negative 1 times x is negative 1x or negative x? And then negative 1 times 4 is negative 4 or minus 4. We could have also done negative 1x plus negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. They're the same thing. Just adding that 1 helps you see what to distribute. If I add a 1 here, then I can do negative 1 times 2x is negative 2x plus negative 1 times 9 is negative 9. Or negative 2x minus 9. Same thing. Number 7. There's nothing here. I'm going to add a 1. All right, now, because I have subtraction and negatives, you can do this every time. You can circle every time. I just didn't do it on the other ones. So negative 1 times negative 2 is positive 2x. Negative 1 times negative 15 is positive 15. Remember, a negative times a negative equals a positive. And this last one here, I'm going to put a 1 here. And now I'm actually going to circle because I got negatives and minus sign. So negative 1 times 9 is negative 9x. And then negative times a negative is a positive 7. Just don't forget you can add the 1. So here we have 12x minus 5x plus 18. Well, we want to get rid of the parentheses first. And the way we do that is by distributing. So we add that 1. Now we're just going to do the distributive property. Negative 1 times 5 is negative 5x. Plus negative 1 times 18 is negative 18. And I'm going to bring down that 12x at the front. Now I have to combine like terms. 12x minus 5x is 7x plus negative 18, or 7x minus 18. And last but not least, we put a 1. To get rid of those parentheses, we need to distribute. 1 times 2 is 2x. 1 times negative 9 or 1 minus 9 is 1 times 9 is 9. And now we're going to add everything else back. Now we can combine like terms. Negative 3x plus 2x is negative 1x or negative x. And then 14 minus 9 is 5. Positive 5, so it's negative x plus 5. And that is how you distribute and simplify expressions using negatives.